Good afternoon all. It's the weekend of the Bike Shed Show. It's Friday afternoon at 2:30 and the Bike Shed Show runs on Friday, Saturday and Sunday. Slight difference being Friday is the day for the builders, the people who are involved in the show, some journalists, things like that. It's classed as the VIP ticket. You can buy it, but it costs a little bit more. This starts at 7 o'clock on Friday evening, but I'm heading off there at 4 p.m. because very kindly, Ducati have invited me along to, I think, what is the launch of a new bike, I think. And Norton have also invited me to the launch, potentially. I'm not exactly sure what the launches are, to potentially the launch of a new bike. So everything's kind of shrouded in a bit of mystery. I don't know what to expect from either, but what I've got, Ducati at 4 p.m. and then Norton at 5 p.m. I'll stay here probably for about 4 hours on the Friday evening. I'm walking, as you can tell, because I've had to be in London for the day. And then on Sunday, I'll ride into the Bike Shed Show because I like to feel the buzz as well when it's completely packed, inch to inch, full of people, and it's also really nice riding in. So I'll kind of take you along with me on the entire weekend, filming a little bit from Friday and a little bit from Sunday. Good thing about Friday is I should be able to show you a little bit more of the bikes because it is infinitely less busy than the manic weekends. You get a real sense when you're about 5 minutes away from the tobacco dock, which is where I am now, welcome, of how huge an event this is, because the 5 minutes before I got here I saw the Michelin team all walking down, about 8 of them, and they've got a stall over there, and I met a couple of bike builders desperately rushing back to their hotels as quickly as possible to get a change of outfits and a bite to eat before starting the first night of the Bike Shed Show. I made it in time just about to Norton, which is over there, and I'll show you 3 of their bikes because I was chatting to the team for about 15 minutes, and hand on heart, I do have a newfound appreciation for the amount of work that goes into making these Nortons. So Norton stand, these are 2 of the bikes I wanted to show you. This is a one-of-one bike. So Norton are setting something up where if there's a Norton that you envisage, you can actually get Norton to make you a bike. And this is one of the examples that they've made. It's a one-of-one Steve Hislop Isle of Man TT bike. And this is that exact bike, but in naked form. Just polishing this bike, just the frame of this bike takes about 8 hours. That's it, just to do that. All of this is carbon fiber, the entire thing, and the exhausts on all of the Nortons, they're all made from scratch from a sheet of metal, and they're all rolled in the Norton facility. Everything is made, even the frames of the bikes. They come into the Norton facility, sheets of metal, and they're rolled right there in Solihull. Can you imagine the amount of extra work required to build them? It's phenomenal.
Second, because Ducati is again at the bike shed and we are really, really happy to be here. Third, we have some surprises for you.
Finished at the Ducati launch, 2 new concept bikes. So if they get a good reaction, very possibly they will actually go into production. But the amount of interest around the launch of those 2 concept bikes was gigantic. Film crews, everyone around looking at it in amazement, especially the bike on the right-hand side, which I filmed a little bit of. That looks like a really unique bike. So I think if they put that into production, yeah, it'll do very well. So being Friday night, this is what I want to do today. It's the only day of the Bike Shed show where it's really even remotely possible to film anything, because, soak this in, I'll film a little bit on Sunday when I'm back, but just remember how empty this is now. The transformation for Saturday and Sunday is gigantic. You cannot move an inch. It's that packed the rest of the weekend. So I'll flip the camera and I'll do as quick a tour as I possibly can to give you a general idea about what the Bike Shed show is like. So this area is called Shed Row. In fact, I think there's a bike here that's got the tool rolls on, our Libertatia tool rolls, so I need to try and find that later, but they've got everything from Vincent's to, wow, look at that, rough Superior. BMWs, I mean, they're all custom bikes, and an incredible selection there of Triumphs, BSAs, and things like that. Bar over there, Dakar bikes here. I mean, look at that BMW with the most industrial sized skid plate I've ever seen. Lovely looking Harley-Davidson there. There's a cool looking bike with a surfboard in the corner. And then, of course, companies selling clothes. Royal Enfield stand here. These will always get a lot of attention. Have a look at this one. So that will be a Continental with a completely custom front fairing. Another crazy custom Enfield there. And a beautiful one with a sidecar. I mean, have a look at that with the gear shifter. I'll come out of this from now and I'll take you over to the other side. There's a ratty looking, oh, look at that ratty looking Indian. I love those. They're one of my favorite retro or vintage bikes. Beautiful things. We'll go through to this bit just past where Norton are, and we'll come through to the shopper section. Beautiful selection of Harley-Davidsons there, and I can see some Triumphs in the background. And this is a company I've never heard of. P. Oh, so this must be a modification company for different bikes. This is a 2024 Harley-Davidson Sportster. Maving. Ah, Maving. Made in England?
Coventry.
Oh, okay, wait, can I mic you up?
If you want.
Chris, got you on camera. So can you just tell me who you are and a little bit about Maving, and just walk us through the bikes, because this is one of the most interesting electric bikes I know.
It is, and more so it's actually the UK's first production electric motorcycle to make it. So these are all built in Coventry by us, in-house. Engineers work 60 steps away from the production team. Everything's done there. So we've now got our brand new model out. So at the back,
just stand behind this, Chris, so you can walk us through it.
Of course we can. So at the back we've got our original model, the RM1, which was the first ever production electric motorbike, and that is the perfect city bike, commuting, the dream. Removable batteries, plug into a 3-pin plug.
Can you show us how to remove the batteries?
I can show you on the front one, because I've got the key for this one.
Because for me, this is the biggest selling point for this bike, because of course most people who live in cities, they live in apartments. You can't be charging it every day.
And if you don't live in an apartment, you work in a block of flats. You can try and rely on a charging infrastructure that you can argue whether it's there or not, but this uses a 3-pin plug. There is a 3-pin plug socket in every room, in every building in the country.
Oh, but whoa! So you've just turned something on.
So I've turned it on and used the unlocking sequence to open up the storage space in the top. So you've got 10-litre storage for whatever you fancy built into your bike. You've even got
this where obviously the fuel would go. That is genuine storage.
Exactly. You've even got a USB-C phone charger in there because why not? And then down here you've got the 2 batteries. And these batteries...
And you can spec it with 1 or 2 batteries.
So on this one it's a dual battery only model. Because it's got that bit more power, we think it's going to be a better bike with the 2 as standard. But the original one is a choice of 1 or 2 batteries, depending whether you want 40 or 80 miles.
Can you show us how easy it is to take it out?
I can. So it is as simple as opening up the handle, pulling it, and done.
Chris, that's the future. What's the range and the price of this?
So this bike is £7,495, delivered, registered in your name, to your door, done.
That is one of the most compelling electric bikes I've ever seen in my life. Okay, we'll go downstairs now and I'll show you what's there.
Oh, wow.
I've absolutely no idea, but this is only the top half of it. So I'll show you what the bottom half looks like. Got everything. Tattoo studio in there so you can see everyone getting ready for what will definitely be a busy couple of days. And I'll show you into the corner room here. Have I been into this? No. Final room in the corner. With some of the bike shed gear there. And I'll take you right over here. Stuff like John Doe. I've never had anything from there, but that is a very good selection of gear over at John Doe, and a Michelin team all over there. This is the team that I walked past on the way to the Bike Shed show, so they always have a presence here every single year. It's good to see some really niche bikes. This is an old, I think they pronounce it Yawa, 1969 Jap Speedway 500. I love to see a bike with just a little bit of patina. I'll just walk past it. I feel so rude. The old man. That feels so rude saying that. Like just getting you on camera there. I mean, it's great to see so many people about. And coming through here into the arches. I don't think I've ever actually been into this room before. Completely different feeling here. Look at this one. Isambard Ironworks with that fuel level section there. I cannot imagine how long it took to make this bike, and also this one, Katonsky 444. That's an incredible labour of love. I've never seen anything like it. Come around here, some Scramblers, Hondas, and some Desert Racer type bikes. This is a bike that I've wanted to get on because this is Andrew, and I'll get to Andrew in 1 second, but he's been kind enough to put on the Kalima Tool, Levitation Kalima Tool onto the front of the bike. Andrew, just walk us through the bike because this is your first ever build.
It is, yeah. So about 18 months ago, I bought the CB750 1979 from eBay. Came in boxes, it wasn't working, and it was a US import. No experience, no workshop, no tools. Spent the last 18 months putting it together, and now we're at the Bike Shed in Shed Row, which is fantastic. So we've got a GSXR front end here. The guys in Valkyrie Paintworks have done the tank for me, which looks absolutely amazing. My wife Claire has put together this seat.
There's Claire, the maker.
It's made from a £20 leather jacket from eBay. I fabricated the cowl, rebuilt the engine, made the side panels, and really spent the last 18 months having the time of my life.
So, Andrew, you started building it 18 months ago. You've gone from never having built a bike to having a bike at the Bike Shed Show in 18 months, learning on the job.
Yep, absolutely. It was evenings, it was weekends, it was calling in favors, it was watching a hell of a lot of YouTube to figure out how to make it work. And I've had so much help from lots of other people. But yeah, my first ever bike build, we've called it Alchemy, which is basically taking a lump of metal and turning it into something really precious. And yeah, Freddie and Monica and Libertatia were really pleased to be able to put the Kalima tool roll in front of it, which I think really sets it off. I used it this morning when we got here. It was really helpful. Goes perfectly with the seat, so really pleased with it.
And when did you actually finish building the bike?
That would have been
minute was this?
That would have been maybe Wednesday this week. So it's been lots of late nights. And got to thank my wife for just supporting me with this. But yeah, we're in a good place.
She's done.
Thank you, Claire.
It's incredible. Andrew, it's amazing. Well done.
Thank you, Freddie. Thank you.
Civil rights, you demand that I eternize your name. Walk ahead. You cover us in shame and I take the blame. Living by the rules, Teen Witch, high school blues. Walk ahead.
Night run done. That was seriously enjoyable. It's the biking community at its very best, and it's the time of the year as well, right at the start of biking season. You can feel the excitement in the air. I actually stayed a bit longer than I thought. It was that enjoyable. It's 9:20. I'm about to get the train back, and I will see you all in 2 days' time on the Bonneville when I head in for the Sunday show.
Okay, so this started life as a VT 600 Honda, which is a perfect donor for a bike of this type. So what we did, we put on wider bars, changed the starting mechanism, so paired back, very simple, strip back, retro speedo there. And importantly, we removed the engine and we powder coated the frame after we had hardtailed it. And so that's the important part of the bike, is the fact it is a true hardtail, which sounds torturous, but we found that if we increased the viscosity of the forecoil, that actually cured any kind of problems that the hardtail may have incurred. So it is a fun, safe bike to ride. Beautiful new saddle, repainted tank. All of the ancillaries here are also powder coated. This is our own exhaust, and you can see some beautiful welding there, which is really great. Absolutely love that. Obviously no airbox, velocity stack there, white wall tyres. It's absolutely perfect. Out of all the bikes that we have in stock, and we have about 6 bikes in stock right now, this, whenever I ride this, is the one that I get the most compliments on when I ride it. I absolutely love it. This is on offer today for £6,750. It's Harley-Davidson, half the money, for £6,750.
So I'm Ewan, I've got Sugarly Shed Motors YouTube channel and Instagram, and this is my 2002 Yamaha XJR 1300. Bike started off as a complete basket case. It had been down the road, the tank was all dented in, and it seemed like a perfect candidate for a bit of a custom job, because I didn't want to spend too much money on a donor bike that was too nice condition and start chopping it up. So started off basically, obviously, the usual subframe modifications to a bike like this, putting in a hoop. Engine has been entirely rebuilt from scratch, Cerakoted, all new internals. Graham from Steelworks did all my Cerakoting for me. These are all custom turned pegs. The foot pegs have all been made on my lathe, my nice little 1940s Myford lathe. Toe shifter is the same. The wheels were a big job. They're from a Ducati GT Thou. I was misinformed that they would go straight on the bike. They did not. So again, out came my old trusty Myford lathe, and I did a lot of modifications to make spacers and get them to fit. But overall, I think it's a pretty decent result, and I'm very happy with it, and I can't wait to actually ride it.
The green one.
So traffic caused me stress. Show no panic, I'm just born in a dress. And I know now I'm older, I'm done. I'll do what I want. Spending Sunday at the gym, trying to fit. Cutting the days until I meet my future husband. I try to be kind to myself.
Yeah, so what you're looking at is a fully stainless steel frame that we built in shop with a stainless steel swing arm. The engine is a basically mix between shovel cases on the bottom and then billet CNC'd cylinders and heads, shovel head in the back, pen hand in the front. It has a 6-speed gearbox, stainless steel exhaust. We do our own triple trees, risers, handlebars. Just about everything on this bike was custom made in our shop. Yeah, that's what we do. The price is $37,500. Yeah.
So the sister bike of this is currently in the USA, being part of the Builtwell People's Championship bikes. They are the only British builders to be involved, so I'm going to include all the details. If you can vote for them, you'll be voting for the only representative from the UK. But I don't know if it's possible. If they have a bike of the Bike Shed event this year, surely this would be very, very close to the ultimate bike here. I mean, they do absolutely everything. I don't know if I'm just repeating what's been said, but the wheels, the CNC machining of everything, the frame itself, everything is done from scratch. They do absolutely everything themselves. The detail is exquisite everywhere. I mean, just have a look at how clean every design is. And they've got their trademark here, which is the little wolf paw print. It's one of the most exquisite builds I've ever seen in my life. Wow. And the founder there. All of the details on the right hand side, but what an unbelievable build. Well, that was another incredible Bike Shed show. I don't think I've ever been to a show that more perfectly encapsulates all of the coolest elements of biking under one roof than the Bike Shed successfully manages to do. Spare a thought though for all of the bike builders, because it closes at about 6 o'clock, the show on Sunday, but the bike builders will have to wait until about 1 in the morning, some of them, to be able to start loading their bikes into their vans to head off back home. So there's one Scottish guy, he thinks by the time all of the other bike builders will have loaded up their bikes into the vans, he will probably have his van loaded up at about 2 in the morning, and then he's got a 5-hour drive back up to Scotland before he gets home. So he thinks he'll be home at about 7 a.m. and that will mean he's done a full 24 hours without sleep. I mean, I'm sure it's all completely worth it. Unforgettable show. I hope I've got enough good footage and I hope you enjoy the video. Thank you so much everyone for coming along. Have a brilliant day. See you all in the next one.